Sooners, 1560 AM, the franchise 2.
Crowd still filing in to Devon Park. It's already a juiced atmosphere. National television, the biggest stage for women's college softball. Welcome to Oklahoma City. Welcome to the Women's College World Series. Welcome to Oklahoma, UCLA. Along with DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. Our producer is Jacob Smith. Buckle up. Two programs that have a storied history against each other. And by our calculations, okay, and you tell me if you want to go with this or not. Thomas Breach and I, the media relations director for OU, talked about this last night. Knowing that if you take the championship series as separate, this is the first time these two teams have met when it's not an elimination game in the Women's College World Series.
Oh, man.
So 2019, obviously, game one was an elimination game, but you take it and you pull back and you don't look at it from a championship series perspective. They don't usually meet this early in the Women's College World Series. But when the brackets came out, you saw it was a possibility. Many thought OU Tennessee in this spot like last year. But Tennessee gets knocked off in its supers by Alabama. UCLA's riding a 14-game winning streak. This is going to be a fun one. Keys to the game brought to you by Riverwind Casino. What you got, DJ Sanchez?
For Kelly Maxwell in the circle, the biggest key for her is going to be taking care of the bottom half of this lineup. UCLA, they have got power up and down, but they're 6 through 9. They don't swing it as well as I feel like they would like. Couple hitting sub 200 in the 7 and 8 hole. So taking care of the bottom half of the lineup, not allowing them to set the table for Maya Brady and Alchin at the top. And then on the other side of the ball, Caitlin Terry changes speeds really well. I really want to see this offense adjust early and get on time. Take away the off speed early and make her come in the zone with something hard.
Keys to the game, as always, brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. Maya Brady stands just outside of the batter's box. Our home plate umpire. They have it listed here as Dustin Douglas. I don't believe that's correct. I think that's Chad Spittler behind home plate. He points out to the circle. Kelly Maxwell spins the ball in her glove. We're ready to go. Someone's moving on to the Final Four. Will it be the Sooners? We're about to find out. First pitch from Kelly Maxwell up high, ball one. And as projected, 2:16 with the start time for a game that was slated to start at 2:05. If not sooner, the 1-0 is ripped foul down the first base line. Kelly Inouye-Perez does not coach the bases. Lisa Fernandez, the legend, is over at first base. Kelly Walker, longtime UCLA assistant. He also is very much involved in the Mary Nutter Classic, one of the founding fathers, if you will, of it. He coaches in third.
This is a A-list coaching staff on both sides.
1-1 drops in for strike two, and Maxwell jumps ahead of the dangerous Maya Brady. 4.36 average for Brady, as the leadoff hitter is second on the team in home runs with 17, leads the team with 68 runs batted in, and she's headed to the dugout. A strikeout by Kelly Maxwell sets the tone early, one away, something that doesn't happen very often to Maya Brady, just her 17th strikeout of the season.
The drop ball outside, getting Maya Brady to chase a pitch that really wasn't even close, but that's what you can do when you're ahead, a ball and 2 strikes early.
Jadlyn Alchin steps in, lefty rips it foul. They've had some good cuts early in the first two batters. Alchin dangerous, 3.23 average, 33 runs batted in. 1 through 5, all over 300 as DJ talked about. 6, 7, 8, 9, struggling to get to that number. It's a lefty-lefty matchup as Maxwell brings it home. Swing and a miss. I mean, she just threw that right by her.
She's got a little extra juice today. Pumping the gun, mid-60s. But here's what I love to watch, and, you know, Plank, I talk about this a lot. The tempo is faster. She's getting the ball back. She's working quickly and working confidently.
0-2, a little high. 1 ball, 2 strikes set the Sooner defense. That battery of Maxwell and Hansen. Sanders deep, playing the line at first. Deep, heels on the outfield grass at second for Torres. Similar positioning for Jennings at short. Brito even with the bag off the line at third. There's another foul ball down the right field line.
We saw this in Brady's at bat as well. That hooked foul ball way in on the hands sets up that drop ball on the outside part. Again, so much. Also sets up an off speed, distorting timing and speeding him up.
Riley Boone is out and right. Jada Coleman straight away in center, and well off the line and left is Cassidy Pickering. We'll do the 1-2 again. Maxwell ready to go. Rocks, fires, got her! Swinging 2 away.
Same exact sequence, and you could see it unfold in the exact same way. Maya Brady hooked the 1-2 foul straight down the right field line, and the next pitch, the drop ball off the plate and getting the chase. Exact same sequence.
2 away for the right-handed hitting Charlize Palacios. 381 average for Palacios, leads the team with 20 home runs, and strike 1 pounds the zone. Just underway, top of the first inning.
Here we go, let's get in.
And the home plate umpire saying, get in the batter's box, let's go. It was right at 11 on the action clock. Maxwell with the 0-1, misses up high, 1-1. We were worried for a bit. There were some empty seats, some empty spots, but my goodness, you guys timed this one perfect. It is packed. A ball and a strike. Maxwell's ready. From the hip to the belt to the plate. Low. 2-1. They would call the Bruin fans the Bruin bubble for the longest time. I don't know if that still fits. I see a lot of former players over there for UCLA.
A lot of Sooner alums here, though.
2-1 pitch is grounded off. Maxwell hustles, gloves it, shovels to first. Oh, Sanders bobbled it. Safe at first is Palacios. The ball hit off Maxwell's leg back up the middle. She hustled to chase it down, and as she tried to push it to Sid Sanders, Sid just bobbled it enough for Palacios to beat it out. And they had her with a clean catch.
And I'm assuming the air that just went up on the board is an E3 on the bobble. But good job by Maxwell with the glove shovel. Just didn't quite go their way. But here's the deal. 2 outs. 2 outs. Make it minimal.
The dangerous Megan Grant. First pitch hammered foul, and that's been a consistent thing we're seeing for UCLA a little early on those first few pitches.
Well, they're just good locations from Maxwell. To these lefties, the lefty-lefty matchup, she's taking the rise ball and running it in under their hands, so they're having to get on that pitch quickly. Sets up the off-speed, sets up the drop outside.
Here's the 0-1. Off-speed, grounded sharply towards second. Torres bobbles, picks it up, throws, got her. Inning over. Broadcast is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care. OU and UCLA are scoreless, and it'll be the freshman Caitlin Terry. Deej, you said, a pitcher who can mix speeds, and that's kind of been the Achilles heel for Oklahoma.
It has. When we've seen this offense struggle, it's been against pitchers who do a good job, and not just changing speeds from velo to changeup, but also kind of having that middle ground of being able just to take a little bit off and keep these hitters off balance. So we've seen this offense be better in postseason, handling that mix of speeds better, but they're really going to have to adjust early off of Terry.
First pitch a little bit up to Jada Coleman, ball 1. Numbers on Terry, as you might imagine, impressive. 21-1, 154 strikeouts to 64 walks, 2.35 ERA. Ball 2 misses low. Opponents in the leadoff spot are hitting 291. Her whip 1.23. And even though Sooners take a lot of walks. So too does UCLA. Here's the 2-0 to Coleman. That off-speed misses way on the way, ball 3.
Well, and you kind of mentioned it, Plank, on the batting average for leadoff hitters being up over 290. The number that stands out to me with Caitlin Terry's stat line is the batting average. I mean, 230 is not, as a pitcher, that's not a great number.
There's a strike. 69 miles an hour on the scoreboard here at Devon Park. Gorgeous sunny day. We got so excited breaking this game down. I don't know if we ever brought you our weather report. Here's the 3-1 to Jada. Jada had a big cut, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Does beautiful count as a weather report?
Trails Golf Club in Norman, where you can experience everything you love about golf and more. 83 degrees, though. When the sun's out, it's hot. Feels like 89. 3-2 pitch, hard hit ball down the left field line, foul. Just foul. That would have been trouble. Wind is out of the east at 6 miles per hour, and as we talked about, this looks to be the coolest day over the next 7. So enjoy it if you're here. Prepare for the heat if you're coming down the road. Number, though, that is best, most impressive, most reassuring, a very low chance of rain. Only 20%. Weather brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman. Visit trailsgolf.com. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again to Jada Coleman. Terry rocks, fires. Coleman swung at ball 4, but got a piece of it.
She's on time, taking hacks. And what I liked, again, I'm talking a lot in this game about foul balls. I like what Kelly Maxwell's doing and seeing the lefties for UCLA hook pitches early. But Jada Coleman's 3-2 foul ball was down the left field line. So sitting late, again, being on time for anything off speed.
3-2 again, popped up left side, no room for Malaulu. We'll watch it get into the Sooner section. You mentioned some of the former Sooners leading the cheers down on the first try. Some Kelly Bryce. Looks like Shay Knighton is back again today. Kehlani Ricketts down there.
Jen Stewart in the house. Nicole Mendez got a good group down there today.
3-2. Ball 4 nearly hit Coleman, who tumbles down in the dirt. And as she gets up, she pumps her fist towards the Sooner dugout. It's a leadoff walk for the Sooners.
You got to love a little bit. Number 1, 9-pitch at bat for Jada Coleman to start the ball game. And also a little bit of that game within the game. That pitch was in tight, but Jada Coleman went down and kind of got back up going, let's go. Come on.
Here's Tiare. First pitch off speed in there, strike 1. Leads the Sooners in home runs, 22. Third most career home runs in college softball history. The 0-1 is looped over the head of Brady into center field. Sooners get their first hit on a bloop single from Tiare Jennings, who stares back towards the batter's box, rolls the fingers around and says, let's keep it going, Ella Parker. Let's keep it going.
A spot for the freshman here. Coach has got the call card out. It wouldn't shock me to see a little bit of short game or something to move the runners this early in the ball game.
She looks like she's going to bunt. Yeah. She's not. She takes the ball up and in. Every single player on this field, every single player in each dugout is so familiar with each other. Yep. They played for years in travel ball. Those who have been Bruins and Sooners have played in the regular season every year except this one. The 1-0 is up high, ball 2.
I think something I love here, 2-0. Ella Parker has such a great eye.
Good hitters count. The pitch. Grant gets gets the off speed to drop in for strike 1.
And that's what makes Terry dangerous. Hitters count and then pulls the string on an off speed.
Wind is shifted now a little bit more out of the southeast, kind of blowing towards right field just a bit as the 2-1 is way up and in, ball 3. Jennings at first, Coleman at second. Scoreless, just underway, bottom of the first inning. Here comes the 3-1, strike 2.
Finding a way to put the ball in play, shorten up 3-2, use the dirt, do something to get runners in motion.
Brito waits on deck. The lefty Terry, the lefty Parker, the pitch fouled off. Look out, that's a rocket into the stands.
I'm all about the foul ball timing today. Love it. You can see Ella Parker, again, taking something as a lefty the other way and trying to take away the changeup. That's a huge key, as I mentioned, for this offense to be successful against Terry.
Full count pitch once again. Here it comes. Got her swing and good pitch. Terry strikes out Parker. There's one away. Here's Brito. That was just
dirty.
Gas on gas.
At the plate, third baseman, number 33, Alyssa Brito.
Here's Alyssa Brito. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Brito. Misses a little low and away. Ball one. They tried to check to see if she went. She did not.
And another change of speeds from Terry.
The do factor is very high, by the way, for Alyssa Brito. Even though she was 2 for 3 with a couple of RBI the other day. Scored a run herself. She's hit the ball hard. The 1-0. Ooh, she hammered that foul.
Well, and these have been situations for this Sooner offense throughout the season where we've seen kind of a quick start and then maybe not getting that timely hit early in the game and leaving runners on. So you've got the back-to-back base runners from Coleman and Tiare Jennings. You've got to find a way to put some pressure on UCLA here.
Line drive, right field, falling fast and caught by Grant right down the right field line on an absolutely sensational play. She didn't dive, she didn't slide, she just purely got there. And that took away at least a run, 2 away for Cassidy Pickering.
And it's such a great piece of hitting from Alyssa Brito. You can't hit a ball much better than that. Something on the outside corner, and she absolutely laced it. But what a read off the bat from right fielder Megan Grant.
First pitch to Cassidy Pickering is low for ball one. You know, we always love where you're listening from, always hearing from you. So in Willow Creek, Montana, you guys know the drill. Cassidy's grandparents are tuned in as the 1-0. It goes to the backstop. Off to second goes Jennings. Off to third goes Coleman.
That feels like a pass ball to me.
It was. I mean, we had a pass ball here last night from, 2 nights ago from Reese Atwood. That was kind of confusing. Now you get one from Palacios.
It's going to be a wild pitch because it was in the dirt.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Somebody got time here. I think they gave it to Palacios. Pitch clock was not that much of an issue.
Good count.
Pickering never left the batter's box either, by the way. Here comes the 2-0. Ball 3. Kinsey Hansen waits on deck.
Really want to see the freshman obviously holding here 3-0, but throughout the rest of this at-bat, be very particular. Kinsey Hansen on deck.
It's a 3-0 count with runners at second and third. How about another wild pitch? Here it comes. Ball 4, not even close. Bases loaded with 2 outs for Kinsey Hansen.
2 walks in this inning. You know, and Kinsey Hansen comes up in the biggest moments and finds a way to be clutch.
Now batting for Oklahoma.
This is obviously one of those moments, but you've got to see some timely hitting here early from Hansen.
Pickering at first, Jennings at second, Coleman at third. We are scoreless. First pitch to Hansen is a strike. K9 among the leaders for the Sooners season-wise, but in the NCAA tournament, her .353 is a little bit down the list, which is still an incredible batting average. 5 runs batted in for Hansen in the tournament. The 0-1 is way high, ball 1. She, of course, got the party started Thursday with a home run against Duke. A pair of 2-run homers in the third, and the Sooners never looked back in winning that game 9-1. Here's the 1-1. Hansen had a cut, fouled it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You can just feel the intensity of this moment. Again, we've seen the Sooners be in these spots so much and maybe not get that clutch hit. You run out of time real quick at the Women's College World Series if you're not taking advantage of your opportunities.
Sacks painted crimson. OU with the all crimson unis today. UCLA went all white. The 1-2. Got her. What a pitch from the freshman Terry, and the Sooners strand the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning. We head to the second. OU and UCLA scoreless. To work for Kelly Maxwell as we head to the second inning scoreless. Sooner softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma. They want to connect you to quality health care through every stage of life. Visit bcbsok.com today or call 888-346-9636 for more information. And the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas are on the job 24/7, producing the energy to fuel modern life. They're also voluntarily restoring thousands of acres of land, over 20,000 orphan wells today, plus contributing millions to our state schools each year. Hear all their stories at oerb.com/Mike Rowe. This UCLA team, after losing the series to Washington, sat at 17-8 on the season. The rest of the way, they went 26-2 to get them to where they are today. And the star from Thursday night will lead things off. I say Thursday night, it was Thursday morning. Jordan Woolery hit a 3-run home run off Alabama. That ended up being the difference. First pitch, big cut, swing and a miss, strike one. Concerns after that first inning for the Sooner offense?
You know, I kind of was telling you during the break of what I don't like is you feel like every time there's been something go south in a ball game, there's been a bases loaded opportunity missed early in the game.
0-1 misses high, 1-1.
You know, and this is such a good UCLA team. They're playing well right now. They've got some good sticks. You've got to take advantage of every opportunity.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ripped foul down the right side. Woolery was just 1 for 3 in that game against Alabama. Of course, that was a big hit in the 6th. UCLA's offense only pounded out 4 hits. They were out-hit by Alabama. It was a heck of a game last night between the Tide and the Duke Blue Devils. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Got her. Swing it. Kelly Maxwell, her 3rd strikeout of the game, 1 away. Strikeouts this year are brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's largest federal credit union.
And just going right after Woolery, that rise ball wasn't even in or out. It just absolutely climbed the ladder. Kelly Maxwell's on today.
Here's Savannah Pola. There's a strike. Pola, the junior, she's the DP. Also plays a little second base. They've used her in the outfield as well. Kind of a jack of all trades, if you will. 316 average in her 6 tournament games. She checks her swing on an off speed a little bit up, 1-1. Scoreless game, top of the second. DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. Our producer is Jacob Smith. Ball and a strike. Only hit of this game belongs to the Sooners. OU also committed a first inning error. Line drive right at Sanders, 2 away. There's Sinakakura.
Gotta love the efficiency. Another rise ball. Getting Pola to chase up in the zone just a bit. I would like to see the rise ball catch a corner, though.
Too much to the plate right now?
A little bit, but again, you're getting good outcomes with it. But I would like to see it either get in on the hands or get outside on the plate.
Guro, one of those super seniors, takes strike 1. But this is where the lineup gets a little bit suspect. This is where you can make some headway in the circle. And Maxwell's attacking him, swinging a miss 0-2. Guro hitting just 167 on the season. And there's not Well, fingers crossed it continues here today. There's no magical run to find this year either.
Well, and you can kind of see, too, in the lower half of this lineup, 7 and 9 holes don't have nearly the at-bats.
Kuro takes that one high, 1 and 2.
So you just kind of get the feeling that this is a coaching staff that's kind of going, okay, who are we going to roll with now that can at least try to give us some production? But again, I'm going to go back to my key. Kelly Maxwell taking care of the bottom half of this lineup is going to be a huge deal.
The 1-2, pop foul. She's just won for her last 16. That goes back to May 9th against Arizona State. She hasn't had a hit since May 17th in the regional opener against Grand Canyon. She's 0 for her last 11. That's a great stat. 1, 2, 3 hitters for UCLA hitting 527. The rest of the lineup 274. And swing and a miss. Hansen with the quick tag. The ball was in the dirt. Didn't matter. 4th strikeout of the game for Kelly Maxwell. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless. It's Sooner softball from Learfield. Riley Boone will lead things off for the Sooners. We are waiting on TV. They're showing a cool vignette on ESPN and ABC on the relationship between Jada and Maya, and Tiare and Maya, as the first pitch is in for a strike to Riley Boone. Tiare Jennings and Maya Brady are what I think the kids would call BFFs.
Okay, all right.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Boone. She slaps one to first. Nice play by Woolery. Backhand beats her to the bag, 1 away. I think Aunt Allie, who unfortunately is not with us, she's tuned in out in California, could attest to that. It's Maya Brady's birthday. She grew up playing ball with and being around TRA and that family.
I think what's so cool, and you see so much of it.
They're showing them messing with each other, too, at second base in the last half inning.
But you see so much of it at the World Series, which is pretty awesome. But I think, like, the community, it's almost like a pyramid.
First pitch to Alina Torres is in for a strike. Much better groove here, unfortunately, from Caitlin Terry.
But you kind of see what a huge community softball is, but also how small it is at the same time, especially as you get to the higher level. It just gets smaller and smaller. It's pretty cool.
The 0-1 is up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Torres homered here on Thursday night. .339 average for the season. 36 runs batted in. She's established herself, I think, as the second baseman. Avery Hodge has been great defensively, and it's had some moments. It's been Torres consistently who pops one to right field. Grant calls off somebody, makes the catch 2 away.
I like that it was an out. I don't like that it was an out, but I like that it was an out to the opposite side of the field. Again, I think it shows the idea of the game plan of sitting a little bit later against Terry to try to take away the off-speed pitch, or at least be on time for it.
Here's Sid Sanders.
First baseman, number 1, Sydney Sanders.
Sanders, speaking of players who homered here on Thursday night, had a big cut, big home run, first pitch, in for a strike. Oh, sorry, called that a ball. A pretty good pitch. I said in for a strike as you heard the umpire say ball. I'm off to a glorious start here today. The next pitch for Caitlin Terry will be her 36th here of this game, and it's a ball low and away. Quick 2-0 count to Sanders.
Yeah, Sooners made her work. First inning, Jada Coleman's kind of started the whole thing. 9 pitch at bat for Jada to start the game. That's huge. I mean, that's what you want to see from your leadoff. But Terry has worked behind in counts since she's been in this game.
2-0, big cut by Sanders. Foul tip. Strike 1.
I still like it. Again, I like the approach from the Sooners. I know left the bases loaded. I don't like that part, and we've seen some strikeouts. But how often have we seen Sydney Sanders take a 2-0 pitch that she should have taken a big high
Exactly.
ball?
She takes the 2-1 high ball 3. That's a really good point. She saw a pitch she liked and swung it. I think that shows you the confidence growing. 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs in the second of a scoreless game. Sooners, the home team, bottom to second, 3-1 pitch. Sanders takes ball 4. And that'll turn the lineup over to Jada Coleman.
3rd walk issued through the first time through the lineup from Terry. And again, Sydney Sanders finding a way to break up the 1-2-3 inning.
Now batting center fielder number 24, Jada Coleman.
Here's Jada Coleman. Walked, as DJ pointed out, in a 9-pitch at bat, her first time up. She takes ball 1 up and in. At what point, if you're Lisa Fernandez, do you maybe think about having a conversation here with Terry? She didn't go out once in the first. That 1-0 misses way high, 2-0. There we go. Kelly Noy Perez is barking at Palacios as the gate is open, and she's like, go talk to her. I don't know if the mics caught it, but they tried to do it before the first pitch.
Well, Palacios is a senior. Terry's a freshman. So I understand the frustration a little bit coming from Coach Noy Perez of kind of saying, hey, be the leader of this battery. Get out there and talk to your freshman. Calm her down.
You know, in the third innings, we love to hear where you're listening from. We see our faves, our buddy Mark Worley, Chris Emerson up in Jinx, Doug Hamilton and Hockley. But how about my analyst for the 2016 National Championship checking in? Jessica Cootie.
Hey.
With her friend Christy. What's up, Cootie? 2-0 is a strike, 2-1. That was back whenever we had the booth that was significantly lower. You didn't have the upper deck. And that band of unknown freshmen made their run to a national championship. Now, looking to make it 4 straight and 6 in the last 8 years. The 2-1 is pop fouling out of play. Patty Gasso tracks it from the third base coach's box, and the count is evened up at 2-2. What's up, Cootie? Glad you're in town. Hope you're having a blast with the family. And tell your brother to quit trying to defend umpires. They're never right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Coleman. She swings, turns on it, pops it foul down the right side and out of play. We are not having good plays in the stands today, people. Let's get our act together. Couple dropped pop-ups over there in the Bruins section.
If you can't catch it with your bare hand, you must bring a glove. That should be the rule.
Them's the rules.
So I really want to see Coleman. She was ahead on that pitch. It was 67. Sit a little late. Expect the off speed.
2-2. She gets a fastball, bounces it back to Terry, who makes the play, throws to first. Inning over. Good bounce back after the 2-out walk by Caitlin Terry. No runs, no hits, a runner left on base. The Sooners have stranded 3 through the first 2. We head to the third inning. Sooners and Bruins are scoreless. Thanks to Fowler Toyota for providing us our sweet rides on the road this season. It kind of makes me sad we don't have a road trip to go on. I can't go pick up I have this Toyota RAV4. It was amazing.
Was that your choice?
That was my choice.
I like it.
Dallas can hook you up at Fowler Toyota. I do want to correct myself. Jessica's incredibly talented and nice friend is Crystal, not Christy. So I'm a moron.
I miss Jessica Cootie, though.
I miss Cootie, too. The Lees are tuned in Cedar Park, Texas. Julie, Katie, Nate Dogg. Thanks to Debbie for tuning in today. Toby and Chris. First pitch. Hits. Maululu. What was your concern about that? Just coming a little bit too tight?
No, don't hit the 8-hole.
Oh.
My key. Do not put runners on base for Maya Brady and Alchid to have an opportunity to do what they do. You got to take care of the bottom half of this lineup.
Maululu is aboard at first after a first pitch hit by pitch to start things here in the top of the third inning. And that will bring Janelle Mionyo to the plate.
Expect some hands here. You can see Brito in tight.
Bunt pulls it back. Runner takes off for second. The throw was, the ball came out of the glove of Torres. They would have had Lulaula, but she'll be saved with a stolen base. The ball barely got away from Kinsey Hansen. And the ball just popped out of the glove of Torres, a little bit in the dirt. Runner in scoring position for the first time today for UCLA.
You can kind of see also Hansen popping up and kind of looking behind.
1-0 pitch misses low, 2-0. She didn't find the ball right away?
I don't think she found the runner immediately. I mean, it was a pretty good job by Hansen, and I could have been kind of seeing it a little differently. But really want to see Maxwell get back to what she's been doing. Starting to see some bigger misses.
Here's the 2-0. There's a big miss, ball 3 up high. Maya Brady waits on deck, the leadoff hitter. Mioño is the better hitter in this bottom part of the lineup, 312, and there's a 4-pitch walk by Maxwell on a pitch that really wasn't all that close. Ooh, this isn't a good start. A hit by pitch to start things in the third, then a walk to Mioño, and that will bring the dangerous Maya Brady to the plate, a strikeout victim in the first.
And these are the types of situations that UCLA, that any team thrives for, right? Again, going to go back to, I talked about this a lot in the pregame, of dominating the bottom half of this lineup and making someone else take care of business. So really want to see Maxwell settle back down, because she's been really good up to this point.
Jen Rocha is going to make her way out, and Rocha's conversation isn't immediately with Kelly Maxwell. It was with Alyssa Brito and Tiare Jennings. Now Patty Gasso picks up that conversation as Jen Rocha goes to the circle. What do you think the conversation is here?
Get back to what you've been doing all game. Kelly started this game standing tall, getting the ball back, working quickly. A hit by pitch isn't the end of the world. I didn't like it, right? Because coming from everything I've talked about with how to attack this Bruin lineup, such a key to that is taking care of the 7, 8, 9, right? Who are all hitting sub 300 for the most part. So not giving momentum to UCLA, and that's kind of what we've done here. Runners at first and second from free passes to roll it over to one of the best ball players in the country.
And buckle up here. Nobody out. 433 average, 17 home runs, 68 runs batted in for Brady, who takes strike one. And one of your keys to the game, DJ Sanchez, take care of the bottom half of the lineup. 1, 2, 3, second. Maxwell starts the third with a hit by pitch, a stolen base, and a walk. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the dangerous Brady. Off speed, ripped foul down the first base line, and quickly Maxwell ahead 0-2.
And that's what you love to see. And I will say this, and we talked about it in Maxwell's last start against Duke. Right? She struggled in the bottom half of the lineup, but she dominated the 1, 2, 3. So if you can do that again, it's all about that momentum shift. But we may see Maxwell out of the zone, but ahead here quickly 0-2, and has so many options to set up against Maya Brady. Got her outside on a drop ball in her first at bat.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. Maya Brady retired for the second time today via the strikeout. And here's Jadlyn Alchin.
Exact same setup. 0-2, and Maxwell going right back to that nasty drop ball. And that pitch is not a strike. It's in the other batter's box, but you can just see the sequence.
Alchin, a strikeout victim in the first. First and second now, 1 out. Sooner infield backs up a bit. First pitch, foul tip, strike 1. Right into the mid of Hansen. Mioño at first, 4 for 5 in stolen bases this year. Milaulu is 1 for 3, so not massive numbers here if they want to try to get creative on the paths for UCLA. The 0-1 grounded foul, and quickly Maxwell ahead 0-2.
She's going to go back to that drop on the outside corner. And it's exactly how she set up Brady and Alchin in the first inning, and did it again to Brady.
Alchin hitting .429 in the NCAA tournament. Numbers don't usually include the conference tournament, so saying postseason would be incorrect. As the 0-2 pitch from Maxwell is popped up on the infield. Torres calls off everybody. Does she have it? No, she drops it. In fact, it hit off her face. They didn't have the she is out. The infield fly rule was in effect. Torres took it off the face, and everyone moved up a bag.
She's out. The batter is out.
There you hear the umpire explaining infield fly rule was in effect, and Alina Torres is hurt.
And you could see it in the air. Torres doing the right thing, trying to follow the ball down.
I mean,
and she couldn't see it in the sun.
That ball, Mara Kennedy is going to come help walk. Mara Kennedy Dickman, our athletic trainer, one of the best in the biz, is going to come out and check on Torres, who immediately is going to head to the Sooner dugout. And Avery Hodge will check in at second. Kind of lucky there for UCLA that ball got away from Torres as far as it did, because both Curro and Mioño took off. I mean, it hit her square in the forehead. It knocked one of the lenses out of her glasses. And as she went down, the ball shot all the way back behind home plate. The umpire immediately, hey, she's out here at first. But both runners got back to the bag in the confusion of the injury to Torres. Boy, mark that play down, and let's hope everything is okay with Alina.
And what you hate to watch of all of that, and there was nothing Torres could do. I mean,
Right.
She didn't do anything wrong. She's just got she's got on her visor. She had on her glasses. She was shielding the sun with her gloves. She was following the ball down like you get taught to do. And, I mean, you hate to see it, and you hope that Torres is all right.
So 2 outs, but the runners move up to second and third. I'd be curious how they score that. Time is called. Kelly got it with 6 on the action clock.
I mean, in theory, it's an infield fly.
Right.
But runners move up on an error? Is that
so,
probably what it will be scored?
Charlize Palacios, first pitch, check swing, strike. Hansen looked like she kind of caught that awkwardly, too. She was a little bit out. Nope. Right in the zone. Just she was positioned outside. Ball caught a little bit more of the plate than OU wanted. 6 on the action clock. We're good. Maxwell rocks and fires with the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. A little effort and update on Alina Torres. As Maxwell misses up and away with the 0-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Palacios in the first inning hit one that ricocheted off the foot of Maxwell, who had trying to shovel the ball to first base. Sid Sanders had trouble securing it. Palacios reached on the air. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Maxwell. Foul back, good cut.
And really want to see Maxwell hit a good 2-strike location here.
What do you call it? What are you calling right here?
What am I calling?
Yeah, you're Jen Rocha. What are you going to right here?
I might do a little off speed, but it needs to be in the dirt. It needs to be low. Maybe not necessarily in the dirt, but falling off the table.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch from the super senior. Got her! Swinging! Inning over! That a kid, Kelly Maxwell, works out of her own jam. And now we hope all is well with Alina Torres after taking the pop fly right off her forehead. We head to the bottom of the third inning, scoreless in Oklahoma City. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield. Bears is tuned in from Compton, Beartort, Missouri, and Mandy's tuned in today. Robbie's in Portland, Oregon. Anna's listening in at Falls Church, Virginia, celebrating her granddaughter's birthday. Erica and Jason synced up on the patio in Haskell. What is up from Kelly Lyons on her way to Florida? Mama T is tuned in Manford. Jules Chambers in vacation in Gunnersville, Alabama. There's our buddy Joe, still always tuned in Goldsby. By the way, 5-0's been out a little bit more in Goldsby, I've noticed recently, DJ. Y'all better slow down.
Did you get pulled over?
No, just tell him.
All right.
Watch the roundabout, people. Follow the rules there. Mo Sooner and the McKinney family are in Houston. Big Sky Sooner and TJ Carter synced up for the campground on the Arkansas River. There's Sooner Yaya in northwest Oklahoma City. Sooner Sue is at Shawnee Lake. Papa Wheelie out in Choctaw. Loyal listeners, Dan and Larry Higgs in Prague, Oklahoma. Lynn Dowdy wants to point out we stranded 4 and 3 in the first. We stranded 4 with 3 in the first inning. I think that's what we said, isn't it? Lynn, appreciate it. Dr. Susan Walden and Mike, Lori, and Phyllis in Barnstall, Oklahoma. Here we go. T.R.A. Jennings leads things off. We are scoreless. Bottom of the third inning. First pitch from Terry is hammered deep to center field. Racing back, trying to take away a home run by Mionio, but it's gone. It's gone. Mionio went up and nearly got it, but T.R.A. Jennings strikes first. A solo shot that gets out of the yard. And it's 1-0 Sooners on a big blast from T.R.A.
Those are the types of things that shift a ball game. You've got UCLA, who just left a pair of runners stranded in scoring position, going through the best part of their lineup, and T.R.A. Jennings recognizes that type of game. She recognizes those types of moments, which is part of the reason she is so amazing. Those are the types of things that completely shift ball games.
First pitch to Ella Parker is in for a strike. And history with that home run. number 96. T.R.A. Jennings now sits alone, third all-time in college softball history with 96 career home runs. The 0-1 pitch misses a little out, 1-1. Also, chalk up yet another career RBI. She now has 309 career runs batted in, 6 away from fourth on the all-time list. The 1-1 foul back to us.
That's us.
Popped up?
Nope.
No, a little bit short.
You know,
home runs this year are brought to you by the hardworking people and dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas.
You know, it's obvious, right? People are probably like, yeah, DJ, it's a home run. It's a run on the board. It's so much more than that, right? In this type of game, in the way that it's gone so far, UCLA has had opportunities. The Sooners have had opportunities. And for T.R.A. Jennings to come up first pitch and make a statement like that.
Foul ball. I was wondering what these fans were doing. There were two fans that went sprinting down the steps. One of the fans had put his girlfriend on his shoulder. I think they were trying to get the softball from off the netting. Security quickly down there to say, no, you can't do that. Parker way out in front of the 1-2 off speed, swing and a miss, one away. Third strikeout of the game for Caitlin Terry.
And Terry's had her Ks, and that one, again, you can just kind of see the approach break down from the freshman a little bit. That pitch, it was off speed, but it was also not really a competitive pitch. Off the plate in the other batter's box.
Here's Alyssa Brito. Flied out to right field her last time up. She had a big hack, fouled it for strike one. Thanks to our buddies John and Robin who have us synced up in Ada. Brad is listening at Disney World between rides. Brian Burgess in Huntsville, Alabama. Redhead Sooner out in Muskogee. Bob Holland in Holland, Iowa. I wonder if the town is named after him. The 0-1 is way up and away, 1-1. OU Loves out in Edmond. There's our buddy Mark Worley. David's got us in Azle, Texas, A-Z-L-E. And Jeff is on his way to OKC from Stillwater while Coolmo J is at home in Norman. There's Joel in Rogersville. Thanks for making us a part of your game day. Jennings takes the off speed for ball 2.
It's a good take.
Stand the man from Ada, Kevin and Stephanie in Topeka. And how about David Cox and Sam Telford who are listening in Bourges, France. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in today at OU on the air. The 2-1, way up and away, 3. 1-0 Sooners on a leadoff home run from T.R.A. Jennings. We've seen several rob jobs here. Stanford, their center fielder Lee had one last night. Jada Coleman had one. Duke had one. I was worried for a moment that Mionyo was going to go up and get that. She just about did. We have our first equipment issue with the pitch clock. Unfortunately, this has been rather consistent here at the Women's College World Series.
And I really hate to see that on this stage, and it's no one's fault, right? But it's cool to have the pitch watch and all of the things that go along with it. But I don't like that. I think there's been an issue in almost every single game.
Yeah. 3-1 pitch to Brito is ripped into left center field, and it's down for a hit. Cut off by Mionyo. It's a one-out single, and Brito's fired up. Here comes Pickering.
It's just a good piece of hitting, a little bit elevated. You can just see Brito taking a hack. She's really seeing the ball well. We've said it all postseason.
Here comes Cassidy, hottest hitting Sooner in the postseason. Walked her last time up. Over 500 in the NCAA tournament. She takes a strike on a pitch that was a little in. 1-0 Sooners. Bottom of the third. 1 run on 3 hits in an error. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Headed home. Way up. A ball and a strike. You wonder at what point might UCLA think about the pin? At what point might UCLA think maybe it's time to give Tinsley a shot? Time is called at home plate.
You read my mind, Plank. I was actually, as you said that, I was trying to kind of sneak into the UCLA bullpen to see what's going on.
1-1 pitch is hammered. Deep to center field at the wall, and this one is taken away. It's taken away. Are they going to double off Brito at first base? No, she slides all the way back. She was around second base. Brito had to touch second before she got back to first as Miono went over the wall and took away a home run from Pickering. My goodness. What a play.
Number 9, Kinsey Hansen.
Unreal. We've seen it the entire Women's College World Series, and Miono didn't quite get it done with Jennings, but what a play. And I'm going to say this too, the savvy of Brito to recognize, to go back and touch second base was huge on that play as well.
That ball was gone.
Yep. She
went back and brought it back and made the catch. Brito at first, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch to Hansen is strike 1. Wow.
But I'm with you. I don't think if you're UCLA, you hang with Terry. I hope they do. But, I mean, I don't know how much longer you hang with Terry. The off-speed is a non-factor at this point.
Here's the 1-1 to Hansen. Low and in the dirt. Good job by Palacios to Brockett.
And I think more than that, another hitter's count coming from Terry. We're seeing her behind in the count a lot.
Hansen homered here yesterday. Wouldn't be a bad spot for another one, K9. Here's the 2-1. She swings and pops it up behind home plate. It's going to get out of the reach of Palacios, who dives and makes an amazing basket catch, diving into the backstop. Jada Coleman was right on top of it, and she says they need to challenge it because the ball hit off the wall. The third base umpire, Patty, I don't think wants to challenge it. And I think even Palacios knows she didn't catch it, but she's going to have to challenge it here, and she doesn't like it, but could be a big spot in this game. Coleman was right on top of it and popped out of the dugout and said challenge it. I don't think Patty wants to challenge it, as this official review is brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. But
the thing that could be tough here, and that's a pretty good view of it, but
the ball popped out. Yeah, she didn't catch it. The ball popped out at the end.
Is her glove underneath it still? The shadow kind of threw me off a bit, but...
Well, the ball definitely came out of her glove. They announced the previous play.
Challenging a catch for an out.
Challenging what? The catch for an out? Is that what he said? Okay.
I think the thing that makes this a little bit tough is the camera angle. And again, on the very first time of watching it, I need to watch it again, of seeing of whether or not the ball actually, if her glove stayed underneath the ball.
She caught it, but then as she came, the ball came out, but did it ever truly come out? This might be a little bit of a better camera angle here.
It's probably the best one we've got, but I don't...
But if it goes up against the pad at all,
and
she doesn't have it, then it's going to be...
But I think her hand still may have been around it.
All right, they've got the ruling already. Well, you'll know pretty quick.
Yep.
Well, I say that both sides will explode. It was a heck of an effort by Palacios. You hate having to use a challenge in this situation, but here we go.
After further review, a foul ball has been ruled.
There you go.
There you go.
She did not get her hands around it. Very simple, very succinct. The review is brought to you by Noble McIntyre, McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. 1-0 Sooners now. A 2-2 count. Now, if you're Kinsey Hansen, you got to make this.
You got to make it hurt. You got to make it hurt, because also Palacios, she didn't have it immediately off the bat. I mean, really and truly, in what would have been a fantastic catch, should have looked a little more routine than that. But I'll say this: Jada Coleman should get the RBI if Hansen goes yard. I mean, Coleman was out immediately.
Coleman was, in fact, they probably could have given Jada a warning. I mean, she's right there immediately letting Coach know to challenge it. All right, so it's a 2-2 count. make this challenge matter. K9, she does. Swing and a miss on the very next pitch. Strike 3, and they got her. Patty Gasso shakes her head in frustration. A wasted challenge, and we head to the 4th. Sooners strike first, though. It's 1-0 Oklahoma. This is Sooner Softball. And our presenting sponsor of the Women's College World Series on the Sooner Sports Network is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care. We'll get an update on OU baseball coming up the next half inning. How about that last night? 14-6.
Yes. Fun to watch.
Hey, what an atmosphere.
Yes.
Sooner Nation, that was amazing.
The berm was amazing. It's always amazing, but it felt like it had another level.
I'm not going to lie. I got a little bit envious when I saw Joe C. showing up with a Pizza Hut and a Sooner Schooner beer. I could have enjoyed that, but
only Joe. Only
Joe C. So we'll get an update from Toby. That's coming up later on this evening. For comprehensive coverage of college baseball and softball all season long, just tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and the all-new Sirius XM app. Sirius XM is the home for your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis. And Sooner Softball is brought to you by OG&E. OG&E, we energize life. 1-0, top of the 4th, back to work for Kelly Maxwell. We're efforting an update on Alina Torres. I don't know, for those of you watching on the TV side, if Coach gave an update or not. A couple quick thanks to those who have tuned in today. Good to see from our buddy Chief George Tiker in Bristow. Stephen York has been one of my favorites to interact with all year long, and Greg Scallion in Cosmos Q Barbecue's Bash. Megan Grant leads things off, takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Can I share a Megan Grant story with you?
Absolutely.
I'm a big Megan Grant fan. She grounded out to second in the first inning as Kelly Maxwell stares in and brings home the 1-0 pitch. Pops back up towards us, DJ.
Where's it at?
Well out of play. Megan Grant, I was blessed enough to call some Alliance Sports All-Star games, and after her final appearance, I started interacting on social media with her godfather.
Okay.
Who became a huge fan of Sooner softball and was always bragging on Megan. And as the 1-1 pitch heads home, she fouls it off. I had a chance to introduce myself to Megan at the Mary Nutter Classic, and I told her, I said, hey, I got a chance to talk with she stopped, she goes, my godfather? Yes. Great kid. Heck of a talent.
So was this was when she was in high school?
Yes, she was graduating. I ran into her this year, as a matter of fact. The 1-2 bounced foul.
Pretty awesome.
She was headed to UCLA in that class that, gosh, includes, let's see, who was in that class that starts with Grant? Woolery was in that class. I want to say Polo was, but Savannah might have been the year before when we had the All-Star game here in Oklahoma City. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Megan Grant. Swing and a miss. It was in the dirt. Hansen chased her down, tagged her out. It's strikeout number 7 for Kelly Maxwell, and there's one away. All right, Plank, enough of your Megan Grant love fest, but she's a great kid with a great family.
Well, my next question to you, Plank, was going to be if she hadn't committed to UCLA yet, how you botched the recruiting.
She had already been committed. Now, if she gets in the portal, I'll be more than happy to make that call. Here's Jordan Woolery, first pitch fouled off. Woolery, her last time up, struck out. Okay, so speaking of those who have helped us out all season long, our buddy Jerry Isbell was first in. Added ABC, she's being looked at now, and Alina Torres, I don't know you'll see her the rest of the game. I asked a couple of other people in the dugout. I asked, Alina going to be okay? And the response was she will be. So
there you go. Good
signs all the way around after Alina Torres took a fly ball to the forehead. The 0-1 up high, 1-1. 1-0 Sooners, top of the 4th. Solo home run from T.R.A. Jennings. Packed house here in Devon Park. They set a first session attendance record on Thursday as the 1-1 pitch is headed home. Woolery hits it hard, back up the middle, base hit. First hit of the game for UCLA, and its third base runner, make it their 4th. She hit it hard.
And it's just a pitch, it was flat, right? We've seen Maxwell do such a good job with that drop of really hitting a corner and being consistent of having that drop be solidly in or solidly out, and that one just caught too much red.
That attendance, by the way, they claimed 13,000 capacity, 12,445 for session one, which was a new record on Thursday. One away for Savannah Pola with a runner at first and one out. First pitch, lefty-lefty matchup, swing and a miss, strike one. Pola lined out to first her last time up.
Best softball venue in the country, Plank. Not a single one better.
Nor will you find anything like this anywhere else in America.
Nope.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little bit up. I still smile. I think about my buddy and fellow Washingtonian Trevor Anderson. We're talking about how he brings his family out to the Women's College World Series, and I was telling him about the Big 12 tournament, how the Sooners have hit some to the slow pitch wall. And he goes, there's another wall? The 1-1. Inside 2-1. First time in a while we've seen her fall behind.
Yeah, she's really done a good job for the most part of working ahead. And I think, again, what we've seen so much from Maxwell is she's handling the best hitters in this lineup really well.
And this is that run where you cannot give UCLA hope in the bottom of the lineup. That misses way outside. 3-1.
Yeah, behind Pola. And again, Pola on the year hitting sub 300. So needing to go after these hitters and not generating momentum for the top half of this lineup. Now, with that being said, Maya Brady and Alshin have struggled today, but you're playing with fire there.
Kinsey Hansen used it as a moment to go out and chat with Kelly Maxwell. Their meeting is over. The runner at first is Woolery. Her first hit came after 3 1/3 hitless innings by Kelly Maxwell. 3-1, strike two.
There we go.
You sending the runner here? 3-2 if you're Kelly Inouye Perez?
I mean,
I don't think I would.
I don't think Woolery runs well enough.
Here comes the 3-2. Ground ball to second, could be two. Hodge to short for one. No, play first. Pola got down the baseline a little bit too quickly. And rather than risk the throw, Tiare Jennings says, let's make sure we keep this at a runner at first. Here's Seneca Curro.
Good work by Maxwell bringing that back. Curro, a strikeout victim in her first at-bat, and Maxwell just made quick work of her.
2 outs, 1-zip Sooners. We're in the fourth. Maxwell has been outstanding. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. And it's a great, Hansen started to throw it back, and Curro walked right in front of her. Then she tried to move in another direction, and Curro stepped in that direction. They finally got the ball back to the circle. We'll talk about that Maxwell mix of pitches after this 0-1. Kelly stares in, brings it home. A little high, 1 ball, 1 strike. You like the mix?
I do. I mean, she hasn't had to use her off speed much, which is great because you can bring that out later in the game. She's really using that rise drop, and you see even ESPN saying that Maxwell throws a curveball. She actually doesn't. It's actually a drop ball that she throws at different levels on the outer half.
1-1 swing and a miss like that, strike two.
But I think what is kind of cool, I say cool, I use that word loosely. I feel like Kelly Maxwell's like Rick Vaughning people, right? Of kind of having some big misses and working off the plate, but then just coming right back at him and striking out 7.
1-2, check swing. Did she go? No. Quick check down to first base, and immediately Chad Steers says no.
But I've been pretty vocal about having to work ahead and not having free passes. But when you're able to come back, sometimes it can be effective.
I'd like to see her pull the string on an off speed here. The 2-2 pitch to Curro. Off speed, grounded softly towards third. Brito up, throws, inning over. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 Sooners. 1-0 Sooners as we head to the bottom of the fourth tonight. Big time in Norman. Let's check in with Toby Rowland.
What a start to the NCAA tournament for Skip Johnson's OU baseball team on Friday night. They posted the largest margin of victory for an OU baseball team in their NCAA tournament history with a 14-0 victory over ORU. Kyson Witherspoon got the win. 6 innings, gave up just 1 hit, no runs. He walked 5 guys and left the bases loaded in the first inning. Got out of it, and after that, the Sooner bats came alive. Bryce Madron in his first game back in the lineup had a 2-run homer. Easton Carmichael a 3-run shot. Scott Mudler had a solo shot, and Oklahoma cruised to a 14-0 victory. After the game, Skip Johnson praised his starting pitcher and the bats.
Kyson was really amped. I mean, it was understandable. You know, first regional, he's young, and he was really getting after it, really overthrowing a lot. He kind of settled in, and we got an early run, which was good for him, and made some big pitches when he had to make them. And then we separated the game, get some big hits. Bryce Madron was outstanding. Spikerman was outstanding all day, and the big 3-run homer by Easton was huge.
So there you go. Oklahoma gets the win. We'll get more from Toby coming up in our post-game show. Sooner baseball off to a great start with that 14-0 win. Riley Boone will lead things off for the Sooners here in the bottom of the 4th. Time is called. We have plenty of time to finish that update. I didn't realize we're going to call more time.
Don't have the pitch clock if you're going to give them time.
That's all they do is give him time.
Gosh.
Boone swings through a rise ball for strike 1.
Kind of defeats the purpose of a pitch clock.
Very perplexed by this. The only run in this game came on a solo home run by T.R.A. Jennings to lead off the 3rd inning. And that's where we are. As Boone, who back in the 2nd inning, led things off with a ground out to first. Very similar situation. Boy, you're really seeing in that circle Caitlin Terry take a lot of time with her pitch watch, and Boone went up and chased one and fouled it off.
Well, what's kind of interesting about it is, you know, she gets the ball back and she kind of walks around and takes a second, but when she gets on the mound, all of her everything is very quick. Like, it happens very quickly, but she's not really moving quick. She's going back, getting some rosin, stepping outside the circle, and kind of doing different things. But when she gets on the rubber, I mean, it's almost immediate.
By the way, that first pitch tonight, I didn't mention it, 8 o'clock for OU and UConn. 1-2, Boone stays alive. So, hopefully, we'll be celebrating a Sooner softball victory, and we can all go out to Mitchell Park. More Sooner Schooner 6-packs from Joe C. and some Pizza Hut pizza, and we'll be good to go. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Boone, off speed. She just gets a piece of it, grounds to Curro at second, who throws her out 1 away. Boone's 0 for 2.
Pretty good setup from Terry, and it's always kind of a gamble when you mix speeds to a slapper to someone like Riley Boone, because in a perfect world, Riley Boone as a slapper, someone who kind of chops and does different things, you recognize it and just tap it, right? So gamble paid off for Terry, but pretty good setup.
First at bat for Avery Hodge. And as the first pitch is a strike on the outer edge, Alina Torres got the start in the 2nd inning. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, she flied out to right. Then in the top of the 3rd, she had a fly ball on the infield that she took right to her forehead as the 0-1 pitch misses up and away, 1-1. And as you said, DJ, she did everything you're supposed to do, but just couldn't find it at the last minute. It was an infield fly rule.
Mm-hmm. And Sooners got a little lucky, too, with where the ball kicked.
1-1 is way up high, 2-1. That got all the way to the backstop.
And I would assume, we haven't been told this, but I would assume, the way that everything went, probably doing concussion protocol and all those types of things. Yeah,
Coach Gasso said she's being evaluated and probably won't see her again today in her interview with ESPN. Here's the 2-1 to Hodge in the dirt, 3-1. Now, I will say, you don't have the power with Hodge, as Palacios is going to go out and chat with Terry here. But when Avery Hodge gets on base, it's a little bit of an extra gear that you get.
Yeah, and, especially, too, with Terry, she's had some she's had some really good pitches, but she's had some huge misses. We've seen her in the dirt. We've seen her back at the backstop. But, I mean, anything that skips in the dirt, Avery Hodge has the opportunity to take off and get in scoring position. So just her being on base is huge. And her on-base percentage, I mean, what she's done of finding her way on base has really been good throughout the season.
382 is the number. She chops this one to third. Malaulu makes the play, throws, and gets her 2 away. Here's Sid Sanders. I did want to, last night, with the crowd here for, a non-Oklahoma game, everyone thinks it's only Oklahoma that brings fans. The OU fans are amazing and unmatched. But we had such a great crowd out here last night, and I just wanted to give a shout-out to all the travel ball teams that are here. Mm-hmm. It's really cool to see all the different jerseys. First pitch to Sid is low ball 1. And also thinking about those who are tuned in today. I know my sister Allison and her daughter Ellie and their friend Mia, they're all listening in while they're waiting to play their next game. All over travel ball fields, you guys are tuned in across the country, and it's really cool to see that representation here. The 1-0 pitch to Sid Sanders way outside. I would imagine that back in the game, the Mathises were probably tuned in from a few travel ball sites during the summer for this, right? Maybe?
Yeah, well, I'm going to age myself. There wasn't as much coverage.
There wasn't? Yeah, okay.
There was no Chris Plank.
The 2-0 is popped up foul territory. Is there room? No.
But I can tell you, Bill and Charlotte Mathis do not miss a single game.
That's what I like to hear.
And my dad does not miss a single one of your shows. He's
that's 2 for 2.
The biggest Plank fan ever.
I need more of those. No, let me rephrase that. My wife and my kids and my budget need more of those. 2 balls and a strike to Sid Sanders. 1-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sanders had a good cut, a little late, fouled it off. There you go. Good catch by a fan who's obviously in the wrong place. He's wearing an OKC Thunder shirt. Totally kidding.
Well, I know.
Good play.
And kind of following up on the crowd that was here yesterday, it wasn't just for the Oklahoma State game either.
No, it was great.
Right? It was all day long.
2-2, way up high, ball 3. It's one of my favorite things is when I get here walking, seeing all the tailgate setups are even extravagant now, and to see all the different jerseys of all the different players whose family are here. Wore out moms and dad who have been traveling all over the country just to get a piece of the Women's College World Series. The 3-2 to Sanders, it hit her, so she'll head to first base. So a walk and a hit by pitch to Sid Sanders today, and that'll bring Jada Coleman to the plate. And
she's doing it with 2 outs, right? She's doing it in positions in what should be a 1-2-3, take care of the 7, 8, 9 inning for UCLA. And Sid Sanders is just finding a way to get on base and extend the inning. But now, rolling it back over to the top, you want to see Jada Coleman have a good at-bat and take advantage of it.
Could not agree more. Jada's 0 for 1, walked, and a 9-pitch at bat to start this game. The Sooners left the bases loaded in the first. Time is called. The pitch clock did not even start. The action clock, excuse me. So Jada's just been standing in the batter's box waiting. There we go. Patty Gasso holds her arms out in disbelief. Here's the first pitch to Coleman. It's outside, ball 1.
That's a good take. That's very similar to the pitch that Jada Coleman grounded out on back in the second. Kind of a pitch out off the plate instead of taking it the other way, kind of rolling over back to the pitcher.
Here comes the 1-0 off speed. There's a strike. Coleman likes to take a walk after the off speed, so she'll just step out, readjust the batting gloves a bit, tighten that grip. She's deep in the box, ready for this 1-1 pitch from the freshman Caitlin Terry.
And you get the feeling they're going to stay there. They're going to try to get Coleman to yank something outside or off speed.
1-1, strike 2, again back inside. Coleman bends back a bit in frustration.
And I think Coleman was looking out. Because that's a pretty good pitch to handle, but I think Coleman had the same idea that I kind of had of looking outside, maybe looking a little change of speeds.
The 1-2 pitch, a little out, 2-2. No chance here of Sid Sanders being on the move, but worth noting that she is 1 for 1 in her stolen base opportunities this year. Police escort as Texas arrives. Coleman reaches on an off-speed, pops it up to center field. Short of the rowing track, Mionyo makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Sooners in the fourth. A little out in front of it, wasn't she?
Yeah, I just want to see her. They've approached her the same way the past two at-bats. I want to see her make an adjustment.
Sixth, Alabama beat Duke last night 2-1. Stanford shut out Oklahoma State while Texas shut out Stanford, and pitching is carried over to today. We head to the fifth. Oklahoma leads UCLA 1-0. Back to work for Kelly Maxwell and DJ Sanchez. This is where you want to be smart. You want to attack Mulaulu and Mionyo, who both reached. Malaulu was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and then Mionyo walked.
Yeah, the only scoring opportunity that UCLA has had was back in the third, and it was handed to them, right, by free passes. So my key at the start of this game was to take care of the bottom of the lineup, and this is that spot. You've got to take care of the 8-9.
Ball one low to Mulaulu. Today's game broadcast is, as always, presented by Love's Travel Stops, and the presenting sponsor of the Women's College World Series is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care. Time is called while Mulaulu gets a chance to tuck in a towel that was hanging out of her back pocket. That's a big, big point for these umpires for some reason, as the 1-0 misses low and in 2-0, though Kinsey Hansen liked the spot. They check with the third base umpire, and no, she did not go.
Well, and if you're Malaulu here, you're almost taken until you get a strike. She hasn't seen a strike. She was hit by a pitch in her first at bat. 2-0 here.
Ball three, man.
So, I might even take to 3-2 and try to find any way to get on base. But Kelly Maxwell has got to bear down against what, and I say what should be, but what is in this order, some holes.
3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Only one hit for UCLA, and that came in the fourth.
Wouldn't shock me to see Malaulu square again and pull back.
Ooh, that didn't miss by much. Ball four, and Tessa is aboard yet again. Tessa Mulaulu.
And it was out. It was on the other side of the chalk, but again, on top of it being the 8-hole, it's also the leadoff hitter of an inning, right? So needing to go after Mionyo here, expect maybe some short game.
Brito is in tight at third. First pitch is a bunt that's bunted right back to Maxwell. Ooh, the play could have been at second. They go to first, one away. Maxwell probably felt a little bit safer with that, which is fine, but I think they had her at second.
I think they had her. I kind of half expected, as quickly as that ball got on Maxwell, to see her maybe spin and try to get the lead runner.
Kirk Walker now is going to make some sort of change here for UCLA. I doubt they're pinch hitting for Maya Brady. Maybe they should. Maybe they need to look at that.
Hey, Maxwell's owned her today. But, Maya Brady, you can't live and die by that. I'm going, well, I've owned her, right?
Right.
She's one of the best around, but you got to be smart here.
UCLA will go to the bench for a pinch runner here, and that looks like Taylor Stevens. At 22, indeed it is, so Stevens will pinch run here. A leadoff walk. Well, UCLA approaches their bringing in a pinch runner a little differently, don't they? They don't let the runner leave the bag until the pinch runner gets all the way there. All right, here's Maya Brady. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Could she be laying down a bunt? First pitch, strike on the outer edge. Maya Brady has only struck out twice in a game, one time this year. That was April 19th against Stanford. Our buddy Ryan Radke brought up that point from Westwood One during the break. And that was the 1-0 game that ended on the controversial obstruction call. Here's the 0-1. A little bit up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, the sequence against Maya Brady has been really good, and you can kind of already see in this at-bat approaching her a little differently because you expect Brady to make the adjustment.
Runner at second, 1-zip Sooners. The 1-1 rip foul down the first baseline. Maya Brady has hit it hard, but they've all been well fouled.
Intentionally, right? That's a pitch in and pretty hard in and getting Maya Brady to speed up. So curious to see if Maxwell stays with the same sequence, goes with the drop out off the plate. And that's how she's K'd her both times today.
Ahead of ball and 2 strikes. One of the better scoring opportunities UCLA has had today. Sooners lead at 1-0. Here comes the 1-2. Got her! Swinging! 2 away! Maya Brady on her birthday is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And Kelly Maxwell has had her number. Here's Jalen Alchin.
We've seen 2 strikeouts of Maya Brady today on a drop outside, and you knew that that's probably what Brady was looking for. Jen Rocha making the call to go to the rise ball and get in the chase. I mean, we're talking a rise ball up out of the zone, no less.
Here's Jalen Alchin. First pitch, high, ball 1. 1-zip Sooners, top of the 5th. We knew this was going to be something special, and indeed it has been. The only run on a T.R.A. Jennings 3rd inning solo home run. Here's the 1-0. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Texas, Florida coming up next. A berth in the Final Four on the line. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Kelly Maxwell has the top half of this Bruin lineup absolutely fooled. I mean, swinging at pitches that aren't even close.
Everybody in the Sooner and Bruin section are standing. The 1-2 fouled off. Alchin stays alive. Alchin now in the NCAA tournament is now 9 for 22. Came in as the 3rd leading hitter for the Bruins in the NCAA tournament. The 1-2 pitch up high, 2-2. Still over 400 for the tournament. At 409 is Alchin. Maxwell stares, ready, brings it home. Line drive, right field. Boone ranges back, makes the catch, pumps her fist, inning over. Threat averted. A leadoff walk. Samulaulu is wasted. And UCLA will turn to the only other pitcher we've regularly seen, Taylor Tinsley. This is her 5th appearance of the NCAA tournament. She is 3-0 with a 2.14 earned run average. She has been outstanding throughout the season for the Bruins. Good 1-2 punch. Tinsley overall 7-0. This is her 11th appearance of the season. Now, there were some reports. These are for, let's see, those cannot be the proper stats that they have on here. There we go. The total numbers as far as appearances this season for Tinsley, she is 18-8 as that pitch misses high. Whatever Bruin stats they gave us were way 18-8 with 3 saves, 141 2/3 of an inning this season. 163 strikeouts and 22 walks, and she misses up high with ball 1 to T.R.A. Jennings as ball 2 misses outside. A pitching change is brought to you by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Much different look for Tinsley?
Yeah, coming obviously from the right side, but does not quite have the velocity that you saw from Terry. Still throws it hard, but doesn't get up and touch those upper 60s like you saw from Terry.
2-0 caught the outside corner, as you heard from our boisterous home plate umpire, Dustin Douglas. 2 balls and a strike.
But I feel like this was the plan all along from UCLA, of ride Terry as long as you can.
2-1 is popped up right side, room for Woolery as she makes the catch in foul territory. 1 away. Jennings now 2 for 3 on the day. First time she's been retired today. Speaking of first times, not a bad time for the first time for Ella Parker to get a hit. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the game.
Yeah, and Parker wasn't seeing Terry well, swinging at pitches for the K way off the plate. So, like this matchup a little bit better for Ella Parker.
First pitch is up and in, ball 1. The Sooners have seen Taylor Tinsley. She pitched against OU in that Sunday game last season in Palm Springs, and OU hit her hard. Parker takes strike 1, 2 2/3. 8 hits for the Sooners, 6 runs. And that statement-making 14-0 win last year. Parker hits this one hard. Diving play by Curro at second. Gloves it, throws 2 away. A little star next to that one. Looked like the first hit of the game for Parker. And Curro took it away from her. 2 outs. Here's Brito.
Good to see Ella Parker hit the ball hard, but that ball was hit so hard, Curro didn't have to go very far for it, but if she hadn't laid out, it was struck so well it would have made it past her. So pretty good job by Curro, but really good to see Ella Parker score something out.
First pitch, Brito stepped early, takes it high, ball 1. Sooners have not had a 1-2-3 inning yet today. They've come close. Sophomore Taylor Tinsley out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, tries to shut it down. The 1-0 is in for a strike. Tinsley and Kirsten Deal were the top 2 recruits in the country coming out of high school. Tinsley ends up in Los Angeles. Obviously, Deal and Norman. Brito takes ball 2 high. And if I remember correctly, the 2 saw each other quite a bit in travel ball. Good little rivalry there, but we'll see if that even factors in today. The 2-1, good spot. Miss low, ball 3. Oh, they're going to get made up for it. They're going to say Brito swung.
That was a good take. I thought it was a strike across the way, but I feel like it's a little bit of a makeup call from first base umpire.
Yeah, Brito's not arguing too much either. I hope she knows the count's 2-2. Here's the pitch from Tinsley. Popped up right side. Woolery gives chase, makes the catch, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning as Taylor Tinsley had the Sooners' number after the pitching change. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom, to the 6th.
And throwing pitchers pitches. Now the bottom half hasn't been as solid, but I mean this is the inning right here. 3, 4, 5. This is where she's got to continue those good sequences.
First pitch swinging for Charlize Palacios, and she fouls it off, strike 1. Listen to coverage of the NCAA softball and baseball tournaments in the Women's College World Series on the Varsity Network app, powered by Learfield. Fans can hear Westwood One's exclusive national coverage, along with most school broadcasts or a multicast option. That's only on the Varsity Network app, available for free in your app store. So I was listening to Toby last night as the 0-1 pitch is a little bit low. We'll check with a first base umpire who says no. You can customize your feed. You'll see the options. If I'm a little bit extra for you, you got Ryan Radke on the call, you'll be good to go on the Westwood One side, the Varsity Network app. Download it today. Here's the 1-1 to Palacios. A little high, 2-1. Palacios, one of those dangerous hitters, though. 376 on the season, 57 runs batted in.
Yeah, and, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. You just look at her stat line, but she's also a catcher, right? And I get, as my mind always used to kind of recognize that, because you feel like catchers make better adjustments at the plate as games go on.
Boy, she didn't get that pitch off. Fouled back, though. The umpires missed it. Kelly Maxwell did not get that pitch off before the pitch clock expired.
Are you surprised?
Wow.
I mean, the pitch clock, I'm going to be honest, has been a little frustrating for me to watch. We're seeing time given. When the pitch clock has run out, it's not being called. It's almost just kind of one of those things that's there for show.
She wasn't even close. Sooners catch a break. Here comes the 2-2. Maxwell froze her, but missed a little bit low. Full count.
Didn't miss by much. It's a good location from Kelly Maxwell. And just missed a little bit low.
Full count to the leadoff hitter here in the 6th. Sooners up 1-0 in a game that's lived up to the hype in the circle. 3-2. Good waste of a good pitch by Palacio, who was fooled, but still reached out and fouled it off.
That's that adjustment. Just getting rid of a pitch. But I will say we've seen Maxwell change speeds more in this inning than we've seen her do it throughout the game. So I like that she's been able to hold that pitch until late. But got to make a pitch here. 3-2.
Maxwell from the bell. Rocks, fires, got it. Swinging, one away. Strikeout number 9 for Kelly Maxwell. And here comes Megan Grant.
That drop ball has been killer.
Grant on the night, 0 for 2. Grounded out to second in the first, struck out in the fourth. This season, she's the 3rd leading hitter for the UCLA Bruins. 335 season average, first pitch strike.
We were talking about this in the break, Plank, but of the 9 strikeouts for Kelly Maxwell, 7 have come through the 1 through 4 hitters in UCLA lineup.
Wow. No balls and a strike to Grant, misses high. Jordan Woolery waits on deck, the star, the hero here on Thursday morning, sorry. Everything's night around here for some reason. He's got that big-time, prime-time feel. Maxwell with the 1-1, misses a little low, 2-1. Woolery is almost standing in the batter's box cheering on Megan Grant. An OU win, a Sunday off. A UCLA win, a Sunday battle to fight for your life with Stanford. 2-1, bounce back up the middle, cut off by Hodge. Steps, throws, didn't get her. Ball got away from Sanders, but Hansen was there to back it up. I think you're going to rule that a hit.
Yeah. She was going to leg it out. Good job by Hodge of keeping it on the infield, but you want to see Hodge have just a little... You want to see the urgency, but you don't want to see the out of control, and the throw got a little bit out of control.
That is just the 4th hit of the NCAA tournament for Megan Grant, who is now 4 for 17. They will bring on a pinch runner for her, as Lauren Hatch will be called upon to run here. And Jordan Woolery, she had the moment here Thursday. We've talked about it a lot. A 3-run home run that gave UCLA the win over Alabama and sent the Sooners, or sent the Bruins to the shutout with the Sooners. Let me correct myself. Alabama awaits the loser of this game. You got to remember the cross bracketing that takes place, right? First pitch is up high. Ball 1.
Pinch runner for UCLA at first base, number 30, Lawrence.
Nope, that's wrong.
Yeah,
that's wrong. I was
Stanford,
right. I was right originally. It would be Stanford. I apologize.
Go with your gut, Plain.
I knew I had it the first time. 1-0 to Woolery. Be careful here, but also a double play threat as well. Maxwell, long look at the pitch watch. Spins the ball in her glove with 3 on the action clock. Misses outside, ball 2.
Need to be careful with this pitch here. And Woolery, the hero in the Alabama game, but Woolery also hit a 2-run bomb to win a game, I believe, in the Super.
Mm-hmm. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Maxwell. There. Whoa, that missed a little bit low.
You can hear the OU fans unhappy. Kalani Ricketts unhappy with it as well. I love it. It's a pretty good spot.
3 balls and no strikes. Maxwell with 1 out finds the zone, 3-1. So again, you fall here today. You got Stanford tomorrow night at 6. You win, you're off until Monday at noon. Pardon me, 11 a.m., noon Eastern. We live in God's time zone, the central time zone here. Here's the 3-1 from Kelly Maxwell. Ball 4. And Savannah Polo will make her way to the plate and see if Jen Roach is out to have a conversation with Kelly Maxwell.
If Maxwell has shown anything in this World Series, it's that a walk isn't... And shoot, you go back to the Super, is that a walk's not the end of the world. I mean, you hate to see it. as Coach Jen Rocha makes her way out to the circle. But you also have a double play set up for a little ground ball. You also go to the part of this lineup that has all the holes in it. So it's not an awful thing. I just want to see Maxwell continue to have good misses.
Yeah, Patty Gasso also has her infield and is having a conversation with Sanders, Hodge, Jennings, and Brito. Jen Rocha in the circle is talking with Maxwell and Hansen. Any idea of what the message here is?
They're coming up with pitch sequence a little bit. I think the goal here is to throw a ground ball, right? Throw a ground ball. Get yourself out of an inning. But Pola, I like it. The lefty-lefty matchup.
0 for 2 on the day, too. Lined out and grounded into what was close to a double play ball.
Yep.
When you can't be at the game, Sooner Sports TV has you covered on the air and online at Soonersports.tv. Sooner Sports TV is presented by our cornerstone partners, Anheuser-Busch and OU Health. Pola digs in. Timeout over.
It also wouldn't shock me to see Pola try to square around.
She takes a strike. No sign of a bunt there, but she's a vet. She can work from behind in counts, even though her average is just at 248. World Series about unlikely heroes, too.
Yes.
That always scares me with some of these hitters in the lower half of the lineup for UCLA. The 0-1, a little bit low, 1-1.
But I always get curious in these types of situations, especially as you start to get to the bottom part of the lineup, and when I say short game, I don't necessarily always mean bunt. Like, you think about a chop, you think about a run and hit, or something to try to get runners in motion and maybe take a little bit of the pressure off of your hitter.
1-1 is low, 2-1.
And this would be a good count for something like that.
Runner at first is Woolery. The runner at second is the pinch runner Hatch. 1-0 Sooners. Top of the sixth, first and second, one out. The pitch. Strike two. The next pitch from Kelly Maxwell will be her 99th pitch of the game.
Pitch count gets high when you've got 9 strikeouts.
How about a 10th, Kelly? How about a 10th? Here it comes. A little bit out, full count. Sun shining brightly down on the playing surface here at Devon Park. The UCLA fans are worked into a frenzy behind the Bruin dugout down the first base line. Here comes the full count pitch, fouled back. And much like many of you, we've spent the entire game trying to figure out who the dude is in the sweatsuit with his hat turned backwards that's been in the middle of everything.
Yes.
We have no idea. I thought he was the national anthem performer, and he's been right at the edge of the UCLA dugout all game long. All right, here comes the 3-2. Come on, Kelly, the pitch. Line drive, left field. Pickering has a beat on and makes the catch, 2 away. Good job by Cassidy tracking that in left. Now the OU fans come to life.
It's a huge out, and it looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter here for Kuro.
Well, in this spot, 31, they're going to go with Ramsey Suarez.
Pitch hitting for UCLA. Number 31, Ramsey Suarez.
If you're Kelly Maxwell, pinch hitter off the bench, tying run at second base, go after the cold bat.
Just 1 for 5 in the NCAA tournament for Suarez. Foul tip, strike one.
Love that pitch to open up the count.
On the season, Suarez has not been the most active part of the UCLA lineup. She's been pretty good when called upon. The 0-1, a little bit out. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mentioned not a ton of action Of the non-starters, Ramsey has started 7 games, but she has the most plate appearances, 13 of 43 on the season with a couple of runs scored. Here's the 1-1 from Maxwell. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Overmatched. So many options here, a ball and 2 strikes for Kelly Maxwell against Suarez, and you can just see Suarez is not anywhere near that pitch.
This crowd, both fan bases in a frenzy. Kelly Maxwell, the 1-2 pitch up high, 2-2. I think everyone's caught wind of how big this moment is. Just about everyone here at Devon Park is standing. It's a 2-2 count. The tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is at first. But the Sooners hold a 1-zip lead, and Kelly Maxwell has been masterful. The 2-2 pitch, Maxwell rocks, fires, got it! Swinging, inning over. Strikeout number 10 might be the biggest of the game. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Oklahoma 3 outs away from a spot in the Final Four. Would love some insurance here. They lead it 1-0. Catch your breath, Sooner fans. What a half inning by Kelly Maxwell, DJ. And I thought it was a good point. You were talking about, you know how good Maxwell has been when you see the Bruins chasing pitches that aren't strikes.
Yeah, and not strikes and not nibbling the zone either. I mean, there are pitches in the other batter's box, and I think Suarez is a good example of that. Coming in as a pinch hitter, I mean, she took 3 massive hacks at pitches that were nowhere near the zone. And, you know, when you're looking at the strikeout numbers, same thing. Maya Brady is another example. 3 Ks and swinging at pitches that are in the other batter's box or up over her eyes. So, I mean, it's just been such a performance from Maxwell so far. Job not done, but she has these UCLA hitters. They look like they're absolutely guessing.
Want to give a tip of your cap to your husband on that one?
Yeah, I know.
He's been our third eye up here in the booth for us today. All right, here's Cassidy Pickering to lead things off. First pitch strike.
I just like acting like it's all me. So...
Pickering is 0 for 1, a first inning walk, flied out to center in the third. Love a leadoff base runner here. Sooners against Taylor Tinsley for the second inning, and Pickering was late on a swing, strike 2.
A little insurance would be nice, knowing that Maxwell has got to go back through Maya Brady, and I know she's over on the day, but her numbers speak for themselves.
I want Maya Brady up there with nobody on base and a 4-run lead.
Yep.
The 0-2 pitch misses a little bit out, 1-2. What has Tinsley done different that gave the Sooners problems?
Yeah, she throws kind of a heavy ball, and if you watch Tinsley, again, she doesn't have that overpowering velocity. She'll pump the gun in the upper 60s every now and then, but a lot of what she does is just kind of moving and changing
drive
speeds.
Foul by Pickering. Moving and changing speed.
Yeah, but she does it in a different way than what you saw from Terry. Terry had a clear difference between her velo and her changeup, and Tinsley kind of lives in that gray area of I'm going to throw a drop ball, but I'm going to throw it at a couple different speeds. So it makes it tough to adjust.
Pickering waits on the 1-2. Here it comes outside 2-2. Sooners leading hitter average-wise in the NCAA tournament, looking for her first hit here today. Pitch, pops this one up left side. That's going to get out of play. Mentioned Pickering has been the Sooners' leading hitter in the postseason. She's had multi-hit games now in the previous three of the previous 6 games for the Sooners. She waits on the 2-2, takes it up and in, ball 3. Full count. Went 1 for 3 against Duke and had a great super regional. She was a combined 4 for 6 with 3 runs batted in. She was big time. Add a home run to that as well. She's got 10 total on the season. Swing and a miss. Got it. Looked like that ball just moved away on the outer edge. 1 away.
Yeah, and Tinsley's doing such a good job since she's entered this game of kind of tunneling her pitches, and that's a good example. The rise ball had that late break, but it wasn't, again, nothing super dramatic. You don't see the massive change on the ladder. It's all subtle.
Kinsey Hansen's 0 for 2. With 2 strikeouts. Do factor high here. She gets a piece of that and fouls it off. Little fool. Kind of been a little bit of a tough-looking swing today for both Pickering and Hansen. They haven't seemed all that comfortable. Not that they're not dialed in, but UCLA has scouted them well. So this is that moment where Hansen hits one to the moon.
Yes.
And stuffs it in my face. She loops that one to shallow right field. Racing out is Curro to make the catch, and there's 2 away. Curro didn't have a lot of urgency on that at first. I thought there might be a chance he could get over her head, but she made a nice play, and there's 2 outs for Riley Boone.
Yeah, and another rise ball. And Tinsley, again, you don't see that dramatic up in the eyes sharp break, but it's just a late kind of, again, heavy ball that has a lot of spin, and you don't realize that the ball's left the zone until you've popped it up.
Boone lays down a bunt. She's got a good beat on it and beats it out at first. Malaulu got to it, but not in time because Boone legged it out and pumps her fist towards the Sooner batter's box as Avery Hodge will come to the plate, and Patty Gatso wants to bring everyone together.
Love seeing Riley Boone recognize the moment and find something that she can handle and just absolutely find a way on base. You got to love the senior breaking up the 1-2-3 inning.
Alina Torres was originally in this spot. She flied out to right field in the second, but in the top of the third, after a couple of base runners for UCLA, she had an infield pop-up that she lost in the sun, and she was crouched down, and before it hit on the dirt, it hit her square in the forehead. So she left this game immediately.
Avery Hodge.
There we go. Avery Hodge stepped in, was ground out to third her last time up. First pitch, Hodge takes a strike. Malaulu is about as in tight as a third baseman can be. If you're going to try to bunt her away, you're going to have to bunt it past her. That's how tight she is at third. Same for Woolery at first. Boone, is she potentially on the move here? Maybe a hit and run. Not at 0-1, though, as the pitch is headed home. And did Hodge offer at it? She did. 0-2.
And I'm curious, you got Malaulu in Avery Hodge's kitchen expecting maybe to see a little bit of short game. If Avery Hodge can get something she can handle on the outside part of the plate, a chop, something with a high hop, or just take a hack.
She takes the ball on a pitch that was pretty close on that outer edge. 1-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 on, 2 out. The only run in this game, a third inning solo home run from Tiare Jennings. The 1-2, Hodge swinging a miss. Inning over. Boone was on the run. The ball gets to center field. I think she should be out. Hodge is running down to first base like the ball got away, but that'll do it in the inning. Hodge had struck out. You kind of wish he could have at least got a piece of that, or at the very least, it would have been ball 1, because that throw went to center field and Boone was off to third. You didn't get the insurance you want. Here we go. They have a little bit of a pause here. We're not back from TV break yet. University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, The Baked Bear, Community Coffee, Taco Mayo, Boomerang Diner, Schwab Meat, and Uber Eats. Here we go. Tessa Malaulu will lead things off. She's reached both times. Here's the first pitch to the left-handed hitting third baseman, strike 1. There you go. She had fallen behind her in the 2 previous plate appearances.
Yeah, Malaulu, not that she's not a talented hitter, but has not see me at bats. Doesn't have the power. Go right at her.
0-1, swing and a miss, strike two.
I mean, feel like that was the conversation to Kelly Maxwell.
I cannot wait to get to the postgame show.
Yeah.
And I hope it's a 1-zip Sooner win. Here's the 0-2, up high, 1-2. They saw, a couple people said they saw Kelly Maxwell working with like a blue and a black, maybe like a marble during the commercial break in her hands or something, just keeping her hands loose, you think? Maybe?
Yeah.
String. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 away. 2 outs away for the Sooners to the final 4. Strikeout number 11. Here's Janelle Mionyo.
Big time. Again, you got to go after the bottom part of this lineup, and that's a huge out to not give UCLA any momentum here in the 7th.
Oh, we're going 5 infielders.
Ooh.
All right. Well, the Sooners haven't done this yet. This is a look that we've seen many times this season. And with the speed of Mionyo, who laid down a sac bunt earlier, they said, why not? So, Maxwell, first pitch, strike, and of course it's on the inside corner, which is why I don't think they want it to be. No right fielder here. Riley Boone is in center. Hannah Kaur has come in shallow left. 3 infielders on the left side of the infield. Jada Coleman in where a second baseman usually plays. The 0-1 is bounced to Sanders. Steps on the bag. 2 away. We're 1 out away, and what a matchup. Maxwell v. Brady. UCLA behind its star, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Oklahoma's ace has been that. It's a 1-run game against one of the best hitters in all of college softball. What a moment with 2 outs. First pitch from Maxwell. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Another pitch that's nowhere near the strike zone. Again, just guessing in the box.
Listen to the crowd. Listen to this crowd. Here's the 0-1 from Kelly. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Everybody standing. You better be up wherever you are, in your living room, on your porch, on the beach. Get up. Here comes the 0-2. Little low and away, 1-2. I mean, come on. These two teams are totally going to see each other again, aren't they?
Well, if UCLA, they need to get their 1 through 5 going. But one would think.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Maxwell. Hard hit ball to second. Hodge, gloves, throws. Ball game. The Sooners are off to the Final 4 and are 1 win away from a return trip to the championship series as Kelly Maxwell spins the gym and Tiare Jennings provides the power. We'll see you Monday, Sooner fans. The final score from Oklahoma City. Sooners 1, UCLA nothing, and the star of the game, there's no doubt, there's no question, it's Kelly Maxwell.